How could Jesus raise his body, his physical body, back to life in 3 days if Jesus was no longer consciously alive?
That's a good question, of course.
So then what's the problem with Jesus, the God-man, dying?
Not only that, brother, but Jesus was conscious to the point that he also gave up his own life.
He gave his own life and received it back and raised it up. So in other words, Jesus dying doesn't mean he stopped existing. Physically, his body returned to the grave, to the dust, but as God and as a human being with a human spirit, his human soul, still attached to that divine person, he was still conscious and alive as a disembodied spirit, still sustaining creation, still sustaining his body, and then raising his body back to life. So what's the problem, folks, with the God-man dying?
And it says, have him bowed what? Bowed his head. He yielded up the spirit. First, he bowed down his head, the body, and then he yielded his spirit. So he was conscious enough to where he was in control of the whole process.
And I was going to mention Luke 23:46, and it says, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. Yes, the God-man died without ceasing to exist. The God-man died, and yet he was still alive and conscious by virtue of being God and by virtue of possessing a human spirit, a human soul that was attached to his divine person that continues to consciously exist apart from the body. So, folks, where's the problem? The God-man can die and still sustain creation because he never stopped existing.